Morning. I slept on the field. Time is 6:15. There's a tent. So I'm dressed. I'm up. I just need to get myself get the tent down. There's the field. Look, pub's up there. And I'm going to get myself to the garage. Maybe it's for me breakfast. Absolutely perfect night. Monday the 29th of July, day 10. I've been walking about 5 minutes since I left Alston. I had a lovely breakfast at the garage. I had a tiramisu, cup of coffee, and I forced down a bottle of Lucozade. So plenty of sugar and caffeine. That should do us good. I'm just walking along this nice path now out of Alston, sort of along the river. Just taking it steady. So I'm headed for Greenhead today, which is on Hadrian's wall, I think. And I've heard mixed reports about this section. It's unfamiliar to me, so it'll be new to me. But one thing I'm expecting is that it's going to be flat. So I'll take that. So yes, I'll show you what I can of the journey today. I'll catch up with you later. Oh, Alston delivered. Delivered to a T. What can I say? The Cumberland Inn, I've always liked it there, but last night I went in there and I could get a meal. I hadn't booked a table, but I still managed to get a meal. I would recommend it, the Cumberland Inn in Alston. I had a lovely meal. They let me charge me power bank behind the bar. And I've always wanted to camp in that field out the back. And I did last night, so. And then the garage as well on the way out, everything was just perfect. Everything was there, all the amenities. That was a welcome stop off. Thank you, Alston. By the way, you probably know that wild camping, i.e. camping not on a campsite, is prohibited in England. You're not really meant to do it, although it's generally accepted in a lot of places that it's done. And as long as you leave no trace and you don't disturb anyone or anything, people turn a blind eye to it. People go wild camping in the lakes every day. Do you know what I mean? So if they were that bothered, then they would stop that somehow. But anyway, what I'm saying is, what I wouldn't recommend is rocking up to the Cumberland Inn with your 4-man tent, 6-man tent, and your picnic table in broad daylight and setting it up on that backfield. I mean, last night what I did is I sat in the pub and I just kept drinking Coke and orange and soda. And I waited till it got dark and I put it up when it was dark. So I'm sure somebody saw us putting it up, but I put it up when it was dark and I left before anybody was up really. So yeah, and left no trace. So I don't want to advertise camping in particular places or anything. But yeah, I had a good night's sleep. So we're currently on the Isaac Tea Trail, which is a 40-mile or so loop around this section of the North Pennines. It takes in Allendale, Nenthead, Alston, other places I don't know. But it goes off the beaten track, you know. It's like where we are here. Look, we're currently in sort of agricultural territory. We're in the I was going to say lowlands. Does this count as lowlands? I don't know. But you can see the sort of environment. That's Tynedale over there. But it goes over the moors, you know, from valley to valley. You're going over some fells, or at least over passes between valleys. So if you wanted to explore the North Pennines and you wanted to get away from bigger sort of tourist attractions like High Force. So if you go to I love it around High Force, but if you went there, if you had a weekend, you went to High Force on a Saturday, it'd be packed. If you wanted to really get into the nitty gritty of it and explore the North Pennines, Isaac Tea Trail's the perfect way to do it. So if you are interested at all in that, you can look it up, it's online. You get plenty of this sort of thing. Obviously you don't have to do the full 40 miles though. You could park your car somewhere, do a section of it. Might even be able to get the bus, do a section of it and then get another bus at the other end. Probably not. Possibly your best bet would be to start in one place, do a full day's walk and then stop over somewhere, wouldn't it? And then walk back the next day. You're welcome. Or do 2 cars, park one at one end, one at the other. Or you could plan it a bit and do it in stages and stop off as you go. Or you could of course have a big bowl of Weetabix, do it all in one day, do it all in one go. It's your life. Right, so the whole time I was talking about that, I'd gone the wrong way. So I may or may not have been on the Isaac Tea Trail, but I definitely wasn't on the Pennine Way. I am now, I've found the right way again. But I think maybe what happened there is I got a bit carried away with the Isaac Tea Trail and forgot I was doing the Pennine Way and just kept following that. But I don't know. I know I was on it because I saw a few signs. I haven't seen any signs for a while. So if I don't see any more, presumably that's gone off. But the twain do meet for a bit. And if I do see another... there's one there. I'll take a photograph of this. Show you. I'll just show you this. Nice little bridge over this section here. And what do you know? It's Kirk, yes, I'm not good enough, like. Lots of things put me in mind of my friend Mick Bowman, and I know he won't mind me saying his name. Mick walked over 2,000 miles to Palestine. How did you do it, Mick? How did you do it? Mick Bowman, when I get home, we're going for a pint. So I said earlier that I've heard mixed reports about this section. Alright, so I've come across a few farmers' fields and thistles and bits like that, you know, like reedy bits. And I can see how if you're not used to that, and maybe as well if you're on day whatever and you're tired, maybe that could get you a bit bogged down. But on the other hand, you cannot have 267 miles of back-to-back Malham Coves, can you? And I just want to show this section a little bit of love. Flip you around. So we're still in the South Tyne Valley. There's the scenery. River Tyne and South Tyne's just down there. The railway that runs from Alston to wherever is just over there. And I think, I mean, this section here, apart from the fact that it's, I would say, I have got a nice day as well. But as well as being pleasant, it's just what you need after you've been yomping up Crossfell. There's nothing too demanding about it. I mean, I'm not yet at Slaggyford. Slaggyford's about 5 miles in. So Alston to Slaggyford, it's been all right. And I'll update you obviously later. We'll see what it's like there. If there was something else to add, it's gone. Showing this section a little bit of love. Cheers, mate. That white one's a big white one, there's a bull. Go! 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 That was very coincidental timing for the farmer feeding these cattle. Feeding time at the farm. So what happened there is the farmer came to feed his sheep on the other side of the fence, like where I was originally before I went through the gate. And obviously that just wound the cows up. And just there I was getting defensive and paranoid, implying that he did it on purpose, just for a laugh. But it's just stupid, really. It was just funny timing. If those cows are chasers, you might say me running the Pennine Way. And then suddenly, you see him? You see it? You get these on the North Pennines. Where's he going? Where are you going? The cows didn't get it, are you going to get it? Where are you going? That was a snake. Well, obviously, if you don't know what that was an adder. There's adders all over these parts. You get them in the Cheviets as well. That adder back there was about medium size, I think. I've seen bigger ones than that. If a human gets bitten by one, I think generally you're alright. Can't remember what you have to do if you get bitten, but generally humans are alright. Little dogs I don't think stand much of a chance. Bigger dogs, get them to the vets quick and they should be alright, but you've got to get them to the vets. So yes, you do get them lurking around, especially when it's sunny. They like to bask in the sun, and sometimes like on the rocks in the middle of the path they'll just be sort of hiding behind, lurking behind the rocks. Not ready to pounce, but they will if you startle them, won't they? And I think that's when dogs get caught, because they go sticking their noses into places that they shouldn't, and then the adders defend themselves. So keep your eyes peeled. I've just realised that I've just said out loud that if you're a human and you get bitten by an adder, I can't remember what you have to do. I'm a human and I've just walked past an adder. I probably should have looked this up, shouldn't I? Fail to plan, plan to fail. Alright. So just looking back at where I've come from over the last hour or two, zooming in, you can see some farms over there. So that's a section of rough farmland. Navigating your way through that's a little bit of a trudge. I can see how that might sap morale. But then oh, and I got a bit lost as well. But then you come to this, we're on Blenkinsop Common, if I've pronounced that right. I'm just going to shut up and let you appreciate it. See, that's sticking up over there in the distance. That's Hadrian's Wall, unmistakable. I think it might be the Windsill, so that'll be where I'm headed. Oh, zoom out, man. And there's my path continuing. So this sort of thing here, I don't mind this at all. Some people hate it. For me, if you're doing the Pennine Way, this is what you're signing up for. You know, windswept moors, bog. I mean, this bit of path's fine. The fact that there is a path is something. There's plenty of places in the Pennines where you've just got to find your own way and get very, very messy in the process. I think that's a trig point up there. Looks like that's where I'm headed. So for me, this has got Pennine Way written all over it. I'm having it. I'm having this section. It's not been too demanding. It's ideal after you've been up Crossfell and all that. One step closer, etc., etc. I can see. I've just seen this. There's Cheviot over there. It looks like a whale from here. You see it? Here it is. So not too far to Greenhead now. Time is 25 to 4. If I flip you around, I'll tell you what I think's going to be happening when we get there. So I charged me power bank, phone power bank, for 2 hours in the pub last night. When I got it back, it was only 4%, which is not sustainable if I'm going to keep. Well, if I'm just going to have a phone that's got any charge at all, really, let alone do these video diaries to the end. And I've got to see these through now, haven't I? I've done them for 10 days. So I think we're going to see Molly again. God love her. She's going to bring us a fully charged, fresh, new power bank. I think that is the plan, because it's early, so I'm not going to finish at Greenhead. I'm going to keep walking and hopefully meet her somewhere along Hadrian's Wall. I think she's going to finish work and then drive out and meet us. So I think that's the plan. So Molly's to blame for the next 3-4 days videos. I see you. Where is he? There. I bet you that is Drew. I'll find out soon, so I'm going to catch him up. Now, Drew has gone the correct way. I've overshot a little bit and I've gone too far over here. But it's given us an opportunity to show you what it could be like up here if you lose a path. So, basically fighting your way through this. Now, I will concede, after all that positivity before about, you know, the beauty of this landscape, which I like, I'm holding to that, but I've had the weather today. Now, if you got bad weather up here, it could be a challenge, couldn't it? The wind would just cut straight across and the rain would batter you in the face. So there's that, could be a challenge. If a cloud come in, then forget this view. You would just have to walk on a bearing, you know, use your map and your compass, and you'd lose the path straight away. You would just have to trust your bearing and fight your way through all this, right across that moor. And I bet there's many people done that on the Pennine Way. See, look at this sort of stuff here. I mean, so this is where it could get to up here, but not on a nice day like today. But I'm just trying to get across the beauty of it. So I should be back on my path soon. I'll meet up with Drew. That's definitely him. Still see him? I feel like Alice in Alice in Wonderland, following the White Rabbit to the Mad Hatter's tea party. I don't think I'm going to catch Drew, like. I think he's going to go off into Greenhead and I'm going to keep going. So I think we'll miss each other. Maybe tomorrow. If you ever get the feeling someone's trying to avoid you, so I've just passed Green Head, and I got talking to a nice chap who was standing in his garden. He said he saw someone a little while back going south to north, Land's End to John O'Groats, and he says, oh, I'll see you in a few weeks. When I get to John O'Groats, I'm going to turn around and come back. He also informed me, I know you get a half a pint of beer for free when you get to the hotel at Kirkyetham, but the fella there told me that you have to kiss the wall at the hotel or the pub, whatever it is. You have to kiss the wall and you get a half pint of beer. I says, I'll kiss anything for half a pint of beer when I get to Kirkyetham. And there she is, I believe. I think that might be the start of the sill, I could be wrong. Hadrian's Wall. Looking north. So everyone knows Hadrian's Wall was built by the Victorians, completed I think in 1893. They built it just for fun, and it stretches from the top of Skiddaw in the west in Cumbria to the top of Pennine Monument in Pennine Way near Sunderland. You can walk Hadrian's Wall. If you get to the end, if you walk the full thing and you kiss a pillar on Pennine Monument, you get a free pint of snakebite and a shoulder of mutton in Shiny Row. But you have to down it in one, so if you don't manage that, then you have to walk back to the beginning. Hadrian's Wall, the gift that keeps on giving. I'm expecting to meet the support crew very soon, coming the other way. Looks like the support crew have arrived. Hello. Hi. All the way from North Walbottle. And they've brought... where is he? Bobby.
Words without it. How did you know it was vaping?
Just guessed.
Because he knows teenagers. I just basically said that should broke me trust. Look at the dog man. Too far, they must get loads of angry people.
That was brutal. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
So I'm up at, I think it's Windy Slack. I'll just check my map. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. This trig point near the sill on Hadrian's Wall. This is where I'm going to lay my hat tonight. It's a nice calm night. I'm hoping I'm just going to be able to bivvy so I can get away with being lazy and not putting my tent up, but there's plenty of places to put my tent up if I have to when it gets dark. So I've got, because I didn't stop at Greenhead, I've got quite a few miles ahead. Well, a few miles ahead. I'm definitely pleased I've got that bit of Hadrian's Wall out of the way. Whoa. Relentless. and I'm very grateful to Molly for coming out, giving us a power bank so that I've got enough charge for my phone for the rest of the trip. There's going to be another 3 days after today, and for bringing us 2 bottles of this and some chocolate as well, and for bringing Amber. It was nice to see Amber. So I think I'll probably owe Molly after this trip. She's made 2 trips now. So right, so that's it. This is where today ends. Tomorrow is another day, so I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.